So I just thought I'd share with you the Omega J8004 Nutrition Center Commercial Masticating Juicer. This is actually a juicer that we got to actually get a little healthier at home, especially with Calvin and things that he's having. We figured, well, we'd get something that he would benefit from as well as the family. So I'm kind of showing a little bit of a, it's called an apple basic, which is basically apples and carrots made into a juice. As you can tell, kind of a nice little picture there. In fact, I'm using a book that I bought on Amazon. It's called The Big Book of Juices. It's really cool. In fact, it even goes into the whole idea of what kind of things will be like energy, detox, immunity, digestion, skin, and so forth. Now, firing this thing up, it's pretty cool. It comes with little containers here that you can put down. And we'll just kind of put underneath, and then we make our juice. Now, the great thing about this, it's a masticator compared to what's called a centrifugal juicer, where it's almost like a blender where it spins it really fast around and around, whereas this actually compresses it inside here and smushes it and so forth. It's actually kind of fun to use, and it makes these grinding noises, which is just great. But the best part about this thing is it's really quiet. So when I'm turning it on, compared to like a really loud blender kind of a sound, it's not too bad. And then what we'll do is we'll just kind of add in a little bit of carrots there, and they always say to kind of mix them together so that you don't get just one kind of item in there and it gets kind of mushed together. One of the things that it comes with is a strainer, so you get a little bit of the juice or the fruits and vegetables still stuck in there, so you can kind of strain through it. And then they got the little plunger thing here that you can kind of smush down the stuff if it's kind of not going in. As you can tell, it kind of smushes it in, which is great, and then it squeezes out the juice. It's really fun for the kids to play with too. They actually like watching this thing. There's a little crunching going on there. As you can tell, the great juice that comes out of there. Now, the wonderful thing about the masticator is it squeezes this more than the regular centrifugal juice out of a lot of things. Although, I do have to say from reading the reviews, the apple juice and some other fruits, you'll get more out of centrifugal juicers than you will out of this. But the benefits is you can make sorbets out of here. You can actually make baby food. I can actually grind my own coffee out of this one. And the great thing about the juicing is that it goes in your body instantly, rather than having it be where you're eating food and so forth, and your body is trying to digest all that information, and it's not getting as much, or digesting all the wonderful vitamins and minerals and so forth, and it's not getting as much and as fast as the juice would. Now here, roughly what you do is for the juicing, I know looking at those ingredients like in the book of juices and so forth, they kind of give you, the guidelines, but only for like 1 cup. And I'm actually making a bunch of it so that the whole family has some juice. And one of the things, at least for the apples and carrots, you can just go by weight. So I actually have a little weight thing here to tell me, okay, this is how much I've got weighed for the carrots, and then what I'll do is I'll match it with what apples I have. So here I have about 6 or 7 apples and then a little bit over a dozen carrots to make us a nice juice. As you can see here, the fruits and vegetables are coming out. All the fiber and so forth comes out here. You can actually use it, I guess, for baking. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I'm sure that'll be on my list of doing. Of course, I'm going to be accomplishing this whole book because it's got some pretty cool stuff in it as far as for the different juices that you can make. And it's actually pretty fun. It's pretty quick. It's not like, it's rocket science or anything, which is great. And I know that I'm getting a much better juice than I would if I were to buy something from the store, which is packed with sugars and ingredients that I don't really need for myself or my kids. And one thing I do know is that you have to kind of push this down here a little bit so that it doesn't overflow. And then it doesn't necessarily give you that much room to make a huge quantity of juice, so you will have to pour it out and then start over for the other stuff. And I'll let you know what it comes out with, is how much, in just a minute. So I just finished. Again, I started with about 6 or 7 apples and a little bit over a dozen carrots, and I got about a quart of juice, which is pretty decent. This will at least give us some juice for both myself, my wife, and my kids, and it's excellent to have. I love this juicer. This is like one of my favorite buys that I ever got. But if you're looking for a juicer, it really would depend on what you're looking for. This is not as fast as maybe a centrifugal juicer, but it gets a lot more out of the juice, or out of the fruits and vegetables, than the centrifugal juicer would get. It also has, you know, the benefits of, you can make peanut butter, you can make, you know, baby food, sorbets, and so forth with this particular juicer. And the best part about this awesome juicer is I can take it apart with just a few clicks and so forth. All the stuff is removable, and it's quick and easy to clean. I mean, this is, you know, just like a couple minutes and you're done. Granted, I only have one hand, so I can't pull it completely apart. But basically, you're done within a couple minutes, and there's only a few parts to it. That's it. You put it all back together, and you're done. And I put it in a nice plastic container. They recommend glass just because, I guess, you know, it's better for you. It doesn't absorb any of the plastic stuff and so forth, but this does the job. And so, making my own carrot apple juice. It even looks awesome. And get to drink it. And here I go. Good stuff. So, I just thought I'd share that with you as far as for what we're doing in our life right now with having Calvin, and just giving us something extra to be a little more energetic and so forth. Because, I mean, it does get you down when you're going to the hospital and so forth with Calvin, with all his visits and so forth. And to give us the nutrition that we need without having to, you know, go out and buy, like, you know, all these different foods and so forth, and not get as much of the nutrition as we could with a juicer. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed this juicer, and if you're looking for a juicer, I definitely would recommend this. But there's also other juicers out there that are as excellent as this.